Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Who Am I, which is brought to you by the admins and moderators of the Serial Killers and Chill team. We will be narrating some facts of the life of a serial killer as if it is being told by them. Then you must guess who the serial killer is. The answers can be found in our Facebook group, Serial Killers and Chill, 18 and over. So let's chill with today's Who Am I. I was born in the early 1900s in a small town in the United States. Death was a big part of my life. I didn't care if my victims were dead or alive because I still got what I wanted out of them. You will never know how many people I have killed because it has never been proven. I like to keep that information to myself. I never really had any friends or anything like that. Growing up as a child, my father was an abusive alcoholic, and my mother liked to keep my brother and I secluded from the world due to it being so evil. In my mother's eyes, all women were evil apart from her. So that being said, having a girlfriend or any type of relationship with the opposite sex was right out of the question. As a child, I was only allowed to leave the property to attend school, and then it was right back home to do my daily chores. My father passed away due to a lifetime of drinking. That's when my life started being a little different. I would get very weird urges that I never had before. Sometimes I would wonder what it would feel like to be a woman instead of a man. Back in those days, people could not change their sex, so I had to come up with something else to get my rocks off. Taught myself how to make things with body parts. I made a vest that would simulate what it would be like to be an actual woman. My brother and I did odd jobs around town to make ends meet after my father's passing. One day on the property, we were doing a controlled fire to take care of all the excess vegetation, and the fire got a little out of control. I lost my brother, so I reported it to the police. We ended up finding the body very fast, though. The official cause of death, in the case of my brother, was heart failure. The cops never suspected any foul play in the event of his death. Not long after my brother's death, my mother had a paralyzing stroke. Of course, I wanted to look after her. She's my mother, and the only family I had left at this point. Unfortunately, she had another stroke, and this one ended up killing her. So at this point, I was all alone in my life. I sealed off her bedroom and kept everything she left behind in pristine condition. Nothing else really mattered to me, to be honest. My mother was my most favorite person in the entire world. All I ever wanted for her was to be happy. I decided to make rooms in the house dedicated to her, kind of like a shrine in her memory. I used my talents to furnish these shrine rooms, as I like to call them. My absolute favorite thing I created was my beloved lampshade. One would say I reupholstered the house to fit my new obsession. I'm sure Mother would approve of this. After all, I was using my talents to keep my mind busy. My mother always said, idle hands are the devil's playground. That lady from the tavern, her parts really helped my mother's suit that I was making. Just about a year later, I took my second victim. I was extremely careless about it, though. I left blood stains and trails everywhere. I even left blood all over the cash register as I emptied it out. I was driving off with the victim in my truck. I left a blood trail behind that, too. The police linked me to a purchase I made the day before. So in the end, the antifreeze I bought that day really fucked me over. If it wasn't for that, I would have gotten away with it, taking her head off for my own sadistic sexual pleasures. After they had me in for that, I confessed to killing the owner of that tavern. I'm pretty sure I shot her. I really don't remember much. At the time, all I cared about was finishing my own creations. So I had a little trophy collection I acquired for myself. I was just desperate to have Mother back. I thought by doing this, it would keep her memory alive, and that would bring us closer together. I had to take a cemetery stroll occasionally in the night hours to get everything I needed. It was quicker and quieter to do it this way, as opposed to killing for the parts I needed. When the police discovered all my craft projects in my home, they had me declared mentally unstable, and they shipped me to a mental hospital for the criminal insane. Who am I?